Well, since my upload schedule is clearly not in the gutter, I thought maybe I'd just talk about the Minecraft mob vote because I can't be bothered to record anything new actually in game right now. So obviously we've got the Minecraft mob vote for 2023. Each year, the absolute creation of a complete cesspool of toxicity in the Minecraft community. As we've probably all seen over the past few days on Twitter or probably anywhere else. I just don't use Twitter for this type of stuff. Obviously, you've got the crab, which is in the mangrove swamp, had a giant claw that players can use to place blocks from a distance. The armadillo, which is exclusive of savannah biome, which can roll into a ball when startled and drop scutes for crafting wolf armor. And the penguin in the stony shores biome is a social, amphibious, and it helps boats travel faster. All three good options compared to other years where we haven't really had options as amazing as these three. Personally, I'm going for the armadillo just because I think something needs to be added to the savannah and it'd be an interesting cute mob to add to that biome, and I also think that wolves have needed some sort of upgrade for a while. Even if I'm still going to keep my wolf at home, I just wanted some sort of customization for wolves, but that's my choice. I'm probably going to get people screaming at me saying, no, crab this, crab that, or penguin, like I have been screamed at for the past 2 days about it anyways. It's a little bit of a toxicity problem in the Minecraft community for a game that really shouldn't be that toxic. And obviously Mojang can do something about this instead. Every single year, mob votes, even sometimes biome votes, don't cause as many problems as mob votes. Biome votes, hopefully. Well, not hopefully, luckily, do not cause as much problems as mob votes do. But I think Mojang need to maybe think about it a little bit more before they do another mob vote. All sorts of arguments and stuff over a pixelated mob in a game, which will literally make no difference, because all three of these, you're going to look at it once and you're going to forget about it. Like, let's say the allays. Every mob vote, none of these mobs are actually very important after the first month of them coming out. I think mob votes shouldn't happen anymore. I think biome votes just be better, and if mob votes do continue happening, the best way for them to happen is that instead of just saying that they have a chance of coming in the future, whereas some haven't been added to the game in the past 5 years after losing. I know it's a more opportunity type thing, if it can be added, if it's an update that fits with a mob of that type being added, then yes, they will add it. But I think instead they should do it in a way where we have these small point updates each time. So we've got 1.20.3 being worked on right now. I think they should make it so we have, so let's say 1.21, let's say crab wins. Crab gets added then. If we have 1.21.1 and they're only really doing bug fixes, then they can add, say, the armadillo if that gets second place on the votes. Or even if it's 1.22, they add those two mobs in and they just don't do a mob vote or biome vote for that up. So maybe they just have a little gap here. So every 2 years we've got a mob vote or a biome vote, or just biome votes every 2 years. I think that would just work better and add more interesting things than just causing arguments every single time. And for the people who say that why can't Mojang add all three, there's a whole big process. And when I say add all three, I mean add all three in the same update. There's a whole big process that they have to do as developers for each different mob. They have to see if it works in Java, they have to see if it works in Bedrock. That is already coding it for 2 different versions. And that's after the whole planning process. What's it going to look like? What's it going to do? And seeing, is it actually going to fit in the game for how the game is at that moment? And will people actually like it in some sort of way? And because of the whole way Microsoft is trying to life away with fireflies and frogs, they decide fireflies shouldn't be in the game because they're poisonous to frogs. So they have to obviously check it with, is it going to be good for the environment type of thing? I don't know how they do that type of stuff, but they have to check it 60 million different ways, in a code way, in a social way, and in a impactful way, if it's going to make a difference. So it's not as easy as just adding all three, because adding one feature it's not even probably, it takes some weeks. Adding one feature, even if it's one mob, even if it's one item, seeing if it works, seeing if the texture's good, seeing if it belongs in the game, if it works between platforms, between Java and Bedrock, because we have to code it in 2 different coding languages for each version. Doesn't matter how many staff they've got, and adding more staff won't make it easier. I know I don't work for Mojang or anything, I don't do any coding really, but it's simply not that easy. It's not going to be as easy as everyone makes it out to be, to add 3 mobs when they aren't part of a main core update. So, like, let's say 1.21. I know, say 1.21 is an end update. I don't think it will be, but use that as an example. An armadillo, crab, or a penguin does not fit in an end update, but they're adding those types of mobs anyways, and adding a few other things that may go with that mob. This isn't a requirement that they have to do in every update. They decide, let's give the community a choice. Instead of arguing about it and saying, Mojang are lazy, they're working on multiple games, multiple updates at once, multiple ideas, and adding features whilst doing snapshots to give the community an idea of what's going on, and also doing bug fixing. Instead of arguing about all these different things, just respect people's choices. Respect Mojang, they're the ones doing the work, you're getting the game. You're playing the game for a one-time purchase. They could make you pay for these updates as DLC like a lot of other games do, but these are free updates that have been happening for over 10 years now. And they're giving the community some sort of choice. So, stop arguing about it. Let people choose what they want to choose. If you don't like their choice, well, that's your problem. No one cares. Cry about it. Cry to sleep if you really care that much. Don't make it someone else's problem.